So how do you know when a place starts to feel like home? I think you feel safe in the place and feel like it's someplace you want to go and hang out in and be safe in. And you know the neighbors, and it feels very familiar. Familiarity, I think, is part of it. So I've been in Candler Park since 1994, which is 26 years. So if I were to advertise Candler Park to someone to want to live here, I would say it's a close-knit neighborhood. It feels very safe. It has a great neighborhood feel, and it's cut off from other parts of the city, so it's not a neighborhood that people tend to drive through. You know, it feels like it's not crowded or too bustly. It's just a quiet place that you want to hang out. People have gardens, lots of flower gardens, so they kind of vie for each other and how pretty their front lawns are. And there's a lot of wildlife. There are beautiful birds. We get here in our backyard, we get a lot of woodpeckers, different types of woodpeckers, and ground creepers, thrashers, not just the typical birds. We even sometimes see bluebirds here, as well as, you know, typical robins and chickadees and titmice and things. But we have a screech owl in our mailbox, which is pretty cool. And at night we can hear the barred owls nesting, which is nice. So here we are in the middle of the city, and there's kind of a lot of wildlife here. I like that there's just a tiny little community with a store and a pizza parlor and a couple restaurants up at the top of the street. So it feels like there's a little bit of a commercial, tiny, you know, neighborhood commercial thing going on too. And I love the fact that it's close to the city and very close to my work. I work at CBC, which is close to Emory, so less than 15 minutes probably driving. So very, very nicely located. So if I were to think of 3 words to describe Candler Park, I'd say friendly and neighborhood, because it really is kind of a close-knit neighborhood. And then bungalow. I think bungalows kind of characterize the neighborhood. Yeah, it's a neighborhood from the 20s, and most of the houses have that kind of bungalow look to them, that one-story kind of square house with a big, big porch. Yeah, from the kind of the arts and crafts period. Yeah, I think that would be it.
Do you remember that day you fell out of my window?
I sure do. You came jumping out after me.
Well, you fell on the concrete and nearly broke your ass, and you were bleeding all over the place, and I rushed you off to the hospital. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Well, there's something I never told you about.
The best part about living in Candler Park is just the neighborhoody feel, the single-family houses, knowing all the neighbors on our street, walking outside and running into our neighbors and having a chat, and knowing all the kids and all the pets. Just the comfortable familiarity of it. And it's really a beautiful neighborhood too, especially in spring, like right now with all the dogwoods out and the azaleas. I think it's just lovely in the spring, even though the pollen is pretty tough to deal with. But I really like the neighborhood. It's a walking neighborhood. It's an old neighborhood, so it feels very like it's been here for a long time. It feels very settled, and yeah, that's it. Candler Park feels like home, definitely. Well, you know, it's really the only neighborhood I've lived in since I've been in Atlanta, and I've been here a long time. So I can't really imagine living anyplace else.